Good morning and welcome to the Department of Administrative Services GASCCP Coordinator Training. Today is August 5th, 2025. This recording will be available to you for the entire duration of the GASCCP program. Tina Bufford is the manager over the program, and I am Amelia Rivers. I can be reached at area code 404-463-8524 if you have questions. We have a long agenda today, but it will detail everything you'll need to have a successful GAS CCP program. Again, welcome coordinators. You are the most important person or part of this process. Your goal is to express appreciation to each employee who contributes to the program, encourage payroll deduction pledges and one-time donations. Also, you are responsible to monitor the campaign progress. Our Deputy Commissioner, Al Howell, will release a letter which kicks off the program on September 15th, 2025. Last year's results. Here are the 2024 GASCCP results for the last 6 years. There has been a decline in the donations, so it's up to you to get these numbers up. Please help us help our fellow Georgian. Last year's winners of the campaign are as follows. Governor's Award was first place, Champion Spirit Award was second place, and Stellar Award was third place. There are 6 categories under each award category, which covers the employee counts. The top person that was listed was the 9,001 or more category, 5,001 to 9,000, 1,001 to 5,000, and so forth. There are 18 total awards given out at the end of each campaign. And also we provide coordinator recognition awards. Those are sent out at the end of the campaign, usually around January or February of each year. The campaign runs September 15, 2025 through November 14, 2025. There are 508 approved charities. This includes 49 independent charities, 12 federations, and of those 12 federations, there are 508 member charities. These charities were approved by the State Personnel Board on June 10th of 2025. This year's campaign theme is Be the Reason Someone Smiles Today. You are welcome to use this graphic on all of your information. You can put it on a t-shirt, you can put it on a flyer. If you need the PNG file, please reach out to me directly and I will provide that to you. We do have a new website. The new website is https://team.georgia.gov/state-charitable. We know that's a lot, but I will provide that information on this slide as well as via email. Once you get on the website, if you go to the far right, you'll see a drop down that says Georgia SCCP. Hover over that Georgia SCCP and then you'll get the below screen, which shows the campaign overview, the history of the GASCCP, and various different areas of concern. If you scroll to the bottom of that page, you'll see the coordinator toolkit. That toolkit has the forms for payroll deduction, the management flow, and all forms that you may need to make this campaign a success. I will provide a 2025 coordinator handbook to each coordinator. That will be emailed to you by the end of this month. Next up is America's Charities.
Thank you, Amelia. Hi, everyone. My name is Tamara Bibby, and I'm here with my colleague, Melanie Hayes. We're with America's Charities, and we're proud to be part of the team that helps power the Georgia State Charitable Contributions Program. Our role is to ensure that the Georgia SCCP website is ready to receive donations each year. During the campaign, we support the process of supporting employee and coordinator questions at America's Charities dedicated help desk, that's at help@charities.org, and receiving and processing funds from various events. After the campaign wraps up, we provide the Georgia SCCP team with detailed reports and distribute funds and donation data to the participating charities. Also, just so you know, the help desk is still available just in case any post-campaign questions arise. America's Charities has had the privilege of supporting the Georgia SCCP since around 2017. At the heart of the mission is a simple goal: to help you help others by raising critical funds for organizations making real, lasting impacts in communities across Georgia. Today, I'll walk through the online giving platform step by step so you're fully equipped to assist employees in your agency as they make their contributions. And after that, my colleague, Melanie, will guide you through the fund submission process and show you how to access agency performance reports to track your campaign progress. So let's get started. On this slide here, there are a few ways to access the online giving portal. One, as Amelia mentioned, from the team.georgia.gov/state dash charitable contributions website. Or you could go directly to gasccp.americascharities.stratuslive.com. Next slide, please. If you use the Georgia team site, as Amelia mentioned, you will navigate to Georgia SCCP all the way over to the right and click on Donor Giving. Next slide. Once you land, you'll find useful links, everything from program information to the portal itself. Clicking on Giving Portal will lead you to the website. Next slide. Once you land on the sign-in page, this is your hub for everything giving and reporting. In particular, Melanie will cover the reporting later in this presentation. To sign in, click Sign in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, and you'll see that circled in an orange circle at the top. Next slide. On the sign-in page, you will enter your username and password to log in. If you're not sure what your credentials are, you can refer to the helpful chart that's listed on this page. And I do want to note, this website is exclusively for state employees. If you're a One USG Connect user, they'll use a separate platform, and there's a link here on this page that will direct you to that page. Next slide. Once you're logged in, you will click the green Give Today button. Next slide. On this slide, you're logged into the website. You'll be prompted to edit your profile. This is an optional step. You can fill in as much information or as little information as you would like. You will click the orange Continue button to move on. So just one note about this helpful orange button at the bottom of your page. You will see it on each page as you move through the giving process. The system will easily guide you through the process. You will see the orange button at the bottom, and you will also see a previous button at the bottom as well. So you can toggle back and forth between different screens. Next slide. Once you hit the orange Continue button, you will see now that it's time for you to choose your donation method. The Georgia SCCP has two different ways that you can give online. One through payroll deduction, recurring payroll deduction, and then one credit card or debit card transaction. Next slide. For the purpose of this presentation, we are going through the recurring payroll deduction process. But for recurring payroll deduction, you will enter the amount that you want to give per month. You will also notice there are instructions that we've listed on the page just above that, so that you are able to see exactly what you need to enter on this page if you're giving by payroll deduction or by credit card or credit card or your credit card or your debit card. You will see that when you move forward and you enter your amount, you're then going to be choosing the charities, because that's the most exciting part of this. You will click the Find a Charity button at the bottom. Next slide. The charity button will lead you to the charity picker page. There are a couple of different ways that you can search for your charities. One, you can use the search bar that's over on the left-hand side of the screen, or you can use at the bottom, you can use the toggle through different pages and you can scroll through. There are different organizations that are listed in this program, and they're only part of the 508 approved charities that Amelia referenced earlier in the presentation that are listed in the portal. Once you find the organization or organizations that you want to donate to, you will click, and then another screen will pop up. And if that is the organization that you want to donate to, you will click the orange Add This Charity. Next slide. You can choose as many organizations as you would like. For the purpose of this presentation, we have selected 2 organizations. You will see that those organizations that you've selected are in the blue bar just below the left side navigation for Charity Picker. Once you're satisfied with your selections, you will hit the orange Add to Designations button to proceed. Next slide. Now it's time to allocate your gift. There are 2 different ways that you can allocate your gift. You can use the convenient sliders that are there on the page. Just simply slide over the button to the amount that you would like to give. Or you could enter an actual donation, monetary amount in the field that's to the right. You will also see on the right-hand side of the page a section that says your pledge so far. This will break down your total donation for the organization or the organizations that you would like to donate to. Next slide. On this slide, before completing your donation, you will be asked about privacy preferences. If you prefer to stay anonymous or opt out of receiving communications from the charity, you will simply check the boxes. I do encourage you to encourage your employees and your agency to read those 2 sentences or 2 blocks of information very carefully to make sure that they truly do want to opt out of receiving any information from the organizations or charities that they're donating to. Click the Finish button at the bottom to proceed. Next slide. Once you have completed and you have clicked the orange Finish button at the bottom of the screen, you have completed your pledge. That means you've done it, you've made your contribution, you are helping organizations within the Georgia State Charitable Contributions Program. You will receive a thank you page, and after your donation is processed through the giving system, you will also receive a confirmation email. Please know that at any time during this process, employees can reach out to the help desk at help@charities.org for any assistance, any help with making donations online, or if they just have general questions about the program and the giving platform. So thank you so much for all that you do for helping your donors and your employees and your agencies make a difference through the Georgia Charitable Contributions Program. Melanie, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Tamara. Hello, everyone. I'm Melanie Hayes, and as Tamara said, I work with her at America's Charities. I'm going to review how to transmit funds that are collected during the campaign, as well as the new reporting portal. So the first process we'll review is the HCH transmission process. This process outlines how to submit any physical funds, such as check, cash, or money orders collected during your campaigning events. In the ACH process, it is a state policy to submit all funds collected through the campaign electronically. We do have special forms available to you for this process in the online coordinator toolkit, which Amelia pointed out earlier. I'm going to go over those forms and how to handle them now. Next slide, please. So this is the funds management process. The ACH or funds management process is the process you will use to submit any funds or contributions collected during your campaigning events. As the coordinator, your first step in this process is to meet with your agency leader to establish an agreement on how campaign funds will be managed and delivered to your agency's finance department. Then you can hold your campaigning events, collecting all monies and recording what you collect on the accounts receivables form. You will also complete the funds management form for each campaigning event. When your event has ended, you should meet with your backup coordinator or another coworker to tally and record the monies you received and review the accounts receivable and funds management forms. Next, you and your backup coordinator or coworker should meet with your finance department representative to tally the cash and checks together. The finance representative should provide you with a verified balance sheet or a copy of the accounts receivable and funds management forms for your records. Finally, the finance representative should transmit the verified funds to America's Charities via ACH. We do prefer for funds to be transmitted via ACH because it is a more secure and reliable way to transmit funds. However, if ACH is unavailable to your agency, we will accept funds via check. Next, we'll review the funds management and accounts receivable form, which are available also, again, in the coordinator toolkit. Here's the form. The funds management form must be completed for every campaigning event. This form tells us to which agency and charity we should apply the funds you received during your event. You should complete the top section with your name and agency information, creating a batch ID using the format provided on the form. The charity designation section is where you will enter the charity code, charity name, and amount to apply to each charity. The charity codes and names can be found in the charity directory, which is also found in the on the giving page. If the charity designations are left blank, we will apply the funds to the undesignated fund. What that means is that at the end of the campaign, we will split any funds from the undesignated funds proportionately among all of the charities that received funds during the campaign. Next slide, please. So the second form you must complete is the accounts receivable form. This is where you will count the actual cash, checks, and money orders collected from your event, reconciling them and verifying the total. Please include the date received using the date of your event. The batch ID is your agency code or subdivision ID. Once you've completed both forms and verified by your backup coordinator or coworker, you should take them and the contributions to your finance representative. You should review the form and contributions, and then both sign the accounts receivable form, confirming the total funds received. At the bottom of the accounts receivable form, you will see two ways for the finance representative to transfer the funds to America's Charities. They will first deposit the funds into their internal agency account. The preferred method for sending the funds to America's Charities is via ACH. However, for those agencies who do not have ACH capabilities, a check or voucher can be sent to the address listed at the bottom of the form. The final step, which is very important, is to email both completed forms as a PDF attachment to GASCCP pledgeforms@charities.org. This is very important so that we know to expect the funds in our GASCCP bank account and to which agency and charities we should apply those funds. So that concludes the portion on how to submit physical contributions. I would also like to add that funds for this campaign won't begin to be taken from employees' accounts or payroll deductions until the beginning of 2026. Sometimes that's not always very clear to employees. So at this point, I'm going to share my screen so I can walk you through the new reporting. Okay. So the new reporting, you can get to it two ways. I'm going to show you the easiest way first. So if you just go to the giving page and you change your URL, just put a /reports. And that will take you to the reports page. Now this URL should not be shared with anyone. It should only be with coordinators and authorized DOAS. So this first page will show you the total campaign. This is old data from last year. So this is the campaign total, and this is how the percentage of employees and campaign funds. So you will click to run your business unit summary report. You can click this Run Business Unit Summary Report. And if you're not logged in, you'll just log in to the giving. It's basically the giving site. And you'll be brought to the Business Unit Summary Report. And here you will choose your campaign. I'm going to choose 2024 because that's the data we have right now. And then you can view the report or you can save the report. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot one thing. You have to select your business unit. What I chose. I'm just going to choose a random one. I'll just choose that. And then you'll choose your business unit. If you choose a business unit that you are not a member of or a coordinator of, you will not get any data. So it's important to choose your business unit because, of course, I chose a bigger number. I think I chose this. Okay. Well, let's assume I chose the right one. You would get a report with this little report with information. So it is DOAS policy that privacy regulations, that donor-specific information is not available to anyone. So you will only see total figures of what your department has raised, how many employees are in that department, and the percentage of funds collected versus how many percentage of employees. You will see previous year columns here. Unfortunately, it's not going to be accurate because the data that's from last year is not completely accurate because it won't include paper events and such. Just want to point that out. So that's one way to get to that. Another way, but the /reports is the only way you will get to the total campaign participation. Another way for you as a coordinator to get access to the business unit summary report is once you log in to the giving portal, sign in again, and you go up here to your login name and you choose dashboard, it will take you to the same place. Well, you'll also get this lovely dashboard. It's not accurate because we don't have a running campaign, so I will show you what it would look like. And this will only show, again, your business unit activity. It is real time. Also, all of this data is real time. This is what's happening on the platform. It will not in real time include events, paper events, but we will upload those probably once a week or something. So this is what my business unit that I'm in right now has raised. Let's just say for this campaign period, this is how many employees are in my business unit as well. And this is how many people have donated, 15. So from here, you can choose reports, view reports, and you will be back here to the business unit summary report, but you'll just hit run and go from there. Finally, we have an email address just for coordinators in case you have any concerns or questions. And that email address is gasccp@charities.org. That includes the funds management portion. Thank you for your participation in the GASCCP.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Will you continue to share your screen because it doesn't go back?
Oh, you have to choose share your screen.
I did.
Oh,
Amelia, I think we see your screen. I think we see your
yeah,
presentation.
yeah.
It's not allowing me to change the
The
screen.
slide.
It's the slides. Okay, I'll
There
do
you
it
go.
this way. All right, be the reason someone smiles today. Campaign again starts September 15, 2025 through November 15, 2025. Have fun with this campaign. We encourage you to have your groups do a bingo, do flyers. Some agencies even have bake sales. Do whatever's necessary to get some money for your charities of choice. Again, the campaign starts soon. Before the campaign begins, please just go through this chart of virtual fundraising and things to do. During the campaign, find out why people are giving. Have someone to give a story of why they gave. Um, if their charity is on the list, you may want to invite that charity to your organization. We have campaign contacts and resources. They are listed on this screen. There are a bunch of websites. Just use this as a reference tool. There are frequent questions that are given every time we have the GASCCP program. Those questions or answers are listed on this slide, and you can always refer back to them. The most important question that I feel is there is, can employees only donate from September 16, 2025 through November 16, 2025? And the answer is yes. The deduction comes out of the payroll period starting in January of 2026. So they must choose a charity between September 16th and November 16th. Another important question is it possible to allow coordinators access to the giving portal? We do not allow coordinators to have access to the giving portal, but we do have a way for you to see what you've been given, and that was just covered on the previous slide. So basically, get acquainted with the program, review your coordinator handbook, visit the website, get familiar with it because it has changed. If you were a previous coordinator, you may be accustomed to the old website. Get accustomed to the new design or this new website. Ask questions, determine your area of greatest need, and reach out for help. Here is the GASCCP team. We have Carla, who's the compensation director, Tina, who's the senior manager, Sonia is your backup resource for everything IT, Tamara Bibby, Christina Cortez, both are with America's Charities, and myself. Again, thank you for being here and allowing us to give you valuable information. Have a great day.
Excuse me, Amelia. I just wanted to make sure that we talk about what happens after the campaign ends, and that's about the payroll deduction and the file transfer process as it relates to the contributions that's made via payroll deduction for our SAO agencies, our non-PeopleSoft agencies, our manual agencies. Um, Also call out what happens for those contributions for One USG Connect. So I just wanted to highlight what happens after the campaign and how those payroll deductions are processed. So once the campaign ends, the payroll deduction file process is as follows. So this occurs late December. Usually it is the mid part of December of 2025. We will look at the file that is created from America's Charities with the contributions for the employees. If it is a payroll agency, meaning SAO payroll agency, that file is sent to SAO to load for the deductions for January of 2026. And it is usually the second pay period that that deduction comes out for our non-PeopleSoft agencies, meaning that SAO does not process the payroll. We send that file to our agency contacts and they will load the deduction file to their system for One USG Connect. That is strictly handled by One USG Connect because they use a different system for their employees, and that deduction will come out according to their guidelines set up for One USG Connect. After we load the payroll file, there is testing that we do. We make sure that we reconcile and identify any discrepancies, and we work with the agencies. So once the campaign ends, just a note, the payroll deduction file is sent to SAO, and the deduction comes out for your contribution the second paycheck. All right. Thank you, Amelia.
Thank you, Sonia. And that concludes the presentation for today. Thank you again for being a valuable part of the GAS CCP program.
I stopped